That should be alright. Yay, here we go. Critically low. Perfect start. Yo guys, it's Shadow here. Welcome to another Space Engineers stream. Today, we're gonna design the captain's quarters, or at least that's what I have planned. We'll see if we will achieve this today. But also, just in own news, I actually bought myself today 2 new things for my gaming setup. Well, new things. I replaced a few things. For one, I finally replaced my mouse that was breaking down. You know, the one that accidentally did double clicks every once in a while and stuff like that. That has now been replaced. I still got I think I had a Razer Naga before, and now I have a Razer Naga Trinity. It has like these switch out side panels with different amounts of buttons. They're awesome. They're like magnetic panels that you can just clip on and clip off. It's really cool. Love the design there. And also, I don't know if you can see it. I replaced my headset because the other one started to wear out, like really badly. Like the stuff around the ears, you know, it was tearing and ripping, and the foam padding was spilling out and stuff like that. It was really, you know, it was not very nice. Let's put it that way. Okay, so captain's quarters. Now, what I have to think about first and foremost is how do we do the entrance? Because I'm not sure if we really want to have the entrance right into a vent. Although, now I have to check real quick, because I think we wanted to do this, yeah, with catwalks, with created catwalks, right? So, if we put a door down, does that help us to anchor the, oh, now of course we don't have the right stuff. Because I don't think we can just place this down, because it has no way to basically anchor itself to. But if we place a door there, I wonder if that will be good enough as an anchor, so to speak. Right, I'm just trying to watch my preview there. It looks like it should be alright. Just tell me if it's lagging, because it's sometimes hard to tell. Let me get some interior plates so we can at least put down the good old door. Where do we have it? Here. And also, there has been some update talk again. Finally, good thing. Hold on, real quick. I need to kind of move a few things here. There we go. Yeah, much better. Yeah, so there was one screenshot. Well, actually, they're doing public testing today, but you know, I saw what they put into the game, and I thought, I don't need to really do that right now. I'll just see what people say afterwards. Apparently what they put in the game, one of the new blocks that they put in the game right now as of the test is the small hydrogen block. Let me just see here. Because right now the small hydrogen tank looks like this. It's like really clunky and big. Just like a lot of the small block versions of these big items, they really are clunky. And I'm not quite sure actually if the small hydrogen tank that they displayed there is a new block, so to speak, like a new hydrogen block, if that makes sense. It's like a mini hydrogen tank, or if it's something along the lines of a redesign. Not sure, but yeah, I really have to figure out how we're gonna do this with that grate, because I like the idea of having the grate over this thing, but we need something to basically anchor it, which is kind of awkward because it defeats the purpose of having the grate there. It really does. Let me just think about this for a minute here. Because apparently the door does not count as a block. to anchor it to. However, I guess if we used this door, that on the other hand, that might work. Oh, okay, hold on. That might have been another issue, that I don't even have construction components to place the damn thing. Oh, hi! Intruder. Now I need to... Normally I have my doors closed when I record, but now I have to kind of keep it open because my cats go absolutely crazy if I close the door. They're like, they start scratching the door at first, that's like the normal thing, and then they start banging themselves against the door. God knows how they not have gotten yet a, like a trauma or something from that, I don't know. Because it sounds like they're really going at it often, so I have no idea how they haven't ended up with brain damage yet. But yeah. What are you doing? Are you chasing your old tail? Jesus. Yeah, it looks like this door is not usable for this. We could technically use this door. Although I find this door as a interior door quite ugly, I have to say. You know what? I think we'll just we'll solve this a little bit differently. We're still gonna use the graded. Oh, hold on! I have an idea. I have an idea. It's a bit of a not a hack per se. That's a bit too much to say, but I basically will use the same trick as I used on the staircase. Can I? Hold on. Get the vent. There we go. We can transfer all the stuff here. Very good. Okay. Let me just weld the blocks around it so we can do the thing that I wanted to do. There we go. So what we could do is the same thing I used to do with the small staircases. Use corner lights basically to anchor. Yeah. And now I'm actually thinking maybe I won't even complete the corner lights because it looks quite good actually. But yeah, no, let's do the corner lights. So basically that means the vents are gonna be like special. Like on display almost, if that makes sense. You know, they're gonna be lit up a little bit, but I think that's a good idea. So, we shall get now. What do we need for this? 20 steel tubes and 4 girders and some more construction components. Where are the girders? There they are. Let's grab 4 of those. And how many construction components? Well, more than enough. Okay. So let's put that on... Well, actually, let's just weld it. Yeah, because I think that looks pretty good. And... Oh, actually, that... It kind of interferes with walking, apparently. It's kind of hard to tell because I wanted to have a gravity generator later on anyway. I think this is just because of the magnet boots that it does this weird walk. You know what? Make it so. Make a gravity generator. Why not? It's just gonna be a temporary gravity generator. Actually, we'll need to make some gravity components. Well. Okay. 6 gravity components and a whole bunch of other material on the way. Let's produce these. What do we even need for these? Because I'm pretty sure we don't... Oh, we do have 6 gravity components. Either I at one point tried to make one of these, or I preemptively, through my wisdom, decided to make this, apparently. I'm not quite sure what it is, honestly, but... I will go with my wisdom for now. No, I'm pretty sure I built one or disassembled one at one point. Also 4 large tubes and some motors, I see. Also, I hope the sound quality is good, because I haven't fiddled too much with the microphone settings for the new headset, because it's technically the same line of headset, so it should be the same. What I do want to experiment with at one point is having a dedicated sound card, external sound card, because right now I'm getting like a well, you don't hear it on the stream, hopefully, God, otherwise it's gonna be awful. There's like a weird buzzing noise. I can hear it when I record on my recording software, and if I do some testing, for example, with things like Audacity, I can see it. It's like, I think it's an electrical buzz of like from inside the case, because it's not isolated well enough. I think it's that. It's kind of hard to say though, but and a friend of mine told me that that might be resolved with a either a good sound card, a dedicated sound card, or an external sound card. There's like these USB external sound cards that might be able to pull this off. But I have to test one before I buy one, because where I work, we have a lot of like gadgets lying around, so I'll ask the boss if I can lend one of these external sound cards I have laying around there for various testing purposes, just to see if it actually works. Because I'm pretty sure it's not the headset that's the problem. Okay, yeah, that is perfect. So the head shutter is only because of graph boots, magnet boots, whatever. Good. Yeah, I think that's a nice solution for the vents. All right, so that means we can actually now finally get to designing the captain's quarters. Well, or officer quarters, I should say. I don't think it's just going to be one singular cabin. It's going to be like the quarters for the captain and like the senior officers or something like that. So we're going to have an entrance here, which basically goes into some sort of hall. You know, where there's going to be maybe a table and a few benches and seats and couches and whatnot. Also, I have to kind of check. Oh, no, actually, the wall is already set the way I want it to be. So this is going to be the outer wall layer right here. Most likely. But, yeah, no. We're actually going to change this right now, because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do the this slope here. That is not set in stone yet. That's just an idea. So we're gonna go with this. So that means the inner wall is gonna be like a circle smaller than this, basically. One or rather 2 blocks in radius smaller than the one below it. But yeah, we're gonna go with something like this. So let's see. So the hallway is probably gonna be this size, and then the... Oh, Jesus, I've been placing the wrong... Infuriating, that is. Really annoying. It happens to me every once in a while. That is so... I hate it. It's worse in creative mode, because every once in a while in creative mode, I'll be creating like a layer of 200 blocks. And then I'll put layers on top of it, and then when I look from below, I realize, oh damn! Ooh, Jesus! I used the wrong block, and then you have to delete the whole thing again. Really annoying. But yeah, what can you do? Oh yeah, and also there was the trailer image thingy for the frostbite, the weather system, whatever this is gonna be. The only thing that I wonder if is this only gonna be visual, or is it gonna have an in-game effect? You know, because right now you can see there is a temperature gauge. There is already one in the game. So I wonder if the weather is gonna basically make certain planets, even during the day, make them freezing. Which means if you have no energy, you will... Well, actually, I don't know if that was gonna have more impact, but I think if it's freezing and you don't have energy, you start to die. So maybe that has some influence there, but I have the feeling it's mostly going to be visual. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm I'm not giving enough credit to what they might do with it, but I have the feeling it's going to be visual. Alright. Is this... Ugh, it's uneven. That's kind of annoying. Oh well, we're going to make it so. Make it so! There we go. And then we're going to have 2 wings. But that means we do not have an official captain's quarter unless we make it non-symmetrical, which shudders me by just mentioning it, but I have the feeling we have to go in that way, because otherwise this is gonna be a little bit difficult to pull off. Because this is just not enough for a captain's quarter in size, but let's just... You know what? Let's just weld this for now. Before I forget of welding something important and then having to deal with that for the rest of this play. This build, rather. I always want to say this playthrough of Space Engineers, but it's not a playthrough. I have that problem with a lot of games, because a lot of games I play are never really finished. You know, they have not an official end, or only like a story end, and then you can continue. You know what I mean? So, oftentimes I say playthrough, but it makes no frickin' sense. But yeah, what can you do? Let's see. I really hope the stream preview is awful right now. All the data tells me it should be alright, but maybe it's just the preview that's kind of fucked. I really hope so. Also, I have to say that new headset is absolutely fantastic. It's like, it really sits well around the ears. It is absolutely tight. The fit, it's wonderful. And after wearing my other headset for that long, you know, that worn out thing, this feels like a frickin' dream right now. Also, it's kind of a cool thing to finally have a mouse that doesn't double click all the time by accident. And also, I had another thing with my mouse that recently it started to either double click or not click at all. So it was really annoying. And then the mouse wheel wasn't really working, and I've just got the wrong components. Well, the mouse wheel was working, but the middle mouse click, so to speak, that wasn't working properly. Sometimes you had to really press down on it like an idiot. It was just, you know, it was failing. And I had that mouse for like 5-6 years or something. So I was almost kind of sentimental today when I turned it off, or unplugged it for a final time. It was kind of like, yeah, that thing has seen through good days and bad days. Has given me much pleasure, but it is going to end. I should like build a little shrine. Oh god, hold on, I've just made... Did I make a mistake, or... I did make a mistake, okay, well, that's manageable though. I think I wanted to expand, yeah, I need to expand on this side a little bit more. That's okay. Yeah, because this is like a decent area for like a central hallway situation with like tables and stuff like that. So I think that's gonna be good. And I have the feeling we're gonna go as asymmetrical for this one. Like on the right side, we're gonna have the captain's personal quarter, and on the other side we have some officers' quarters, like 4 or 5 or something like that. Because otherwise, yeah, otherwise we'll have to basically make it so that the captain has the same kind of quarter as the normal officers. And you know, everybody on board is important, but the captain is more important, so he should have the better quarters, right? So I feel we're gonna go asymmetrical. Kind of pains me, but if the asymmetry is inside of a ship, it actually bothers me less. It really bothers me if it's outside of the ship. unless I like, you know, on purpose try to make an asymmetrical ship. I don't do that normally, but I've tried a few times, and they can look real cool, but it's just not a style I'm used to building, you know? Asymmetrical stuff. But it probably would also be more realistic, let's be honest. There's no need for symmetry in space, I don't think. You know, you don't need like perfect symmetry. Oh, whoops, dampeners off. You don't need like perfectly symmetrical wings and stuff like that. You don't need that in space. So, I don't think symmetry is a must. But I think it comes natural to humans to build things symmetrical. It just makes sense, I guess. Right, so on which side do we want to make the captain's quarters? Left, right. Let's go with right. Now what we have to do is kind of define a limit, how far we're going to use the space that we have. And I have the feeling we will go to either about here or about here. Now, what? Just thinking. I have the feeling this one is better. You know, with this we'll have a lot of space to us to build in. So this is basically where the end wall is going to be of the captain's quarters, and where then on the other side the commoners' quarters are going to begin. And then they're going to go like to over here, and then we'll make this symmetrical. This wall, we'll mirror it on this side. And then there's gonna be the mess hall right here, like this big area, and then there's gonna be like doors left and right that lead in like a little area that's gonna be toilets and bathrooms. Something along those lines. And of course the captain and the officers have their own toilets and bathrooms, because they're important people. And important people don't poop where the common folks do. I think that has always been the rule, and it still is in space. Nothing has changed in space. Your worth is measured by the place you poop in. I think that's how it goes, right?
Energy critical.
Critical. Yes, I know. Let me just spend a few more steel plates that I have. Yeah, I'm gonna just do the wall here real quick, so I have a clear visual indicator where the border is, how much space we have. Also, with the captain's quarters, it's going to be a little bit easier because, you know, we don't have to be like fair or symmetrical there. You know, we can just design the rooms however we want. On the other side, with the officers' quarters, we have to be kind of mindful that every officer, or like veteran officer, or whatever we want to call these guys, has a equally impressive cabin, so that nobody feels terrible, or not more terrible than they already feel. Oh, I did it again. I don't know why. Somehow my brain has kind of tuned out that no energy warning. Seriously, back in the day when no energy basically meant you're dead because you're floating in space now, there I really was very attentive of these kind of things. But now, no energy means nothing if you are in proximity to a station. Seriously, you have like a minute or two to get to a terminal, a medical station, whatever. It is kind of inconsequential, almost. But yeah, I should have filled up on blocks, but yeah, that's okay. So for example, this one, this obviously is not gonna be anything because we cannot put anything there. And I have the feeling we at least want to have a room that is like 3 by 3, so that is gonna be a wall. I'm just trying to make like an outline of possible rooms. So what would the captain need in his quarters? He obviously would need his personal executive bathroom, obviously. A room with the bed, or the cryo chamber. Maybe both, I don't know. I'm also not quite sure if I should put cryo chambers and or beds in. I have the feeling beds are cooler design-wise, but cryo chambers technically make more sense. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with beds. And then what other rooms could he have? He could have a... Well, technically he could have like a personal holodeck or something. Also, I'm not quite sure. I think I want to have this be like an open room, if that makes sense. So one that is not necessarily intersected by several doorways, because this will make the oxygen supply a lot more complicated. So I have the feeling we're just gonna go for... Oh wait, that needs to go, because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, that's not... we have to see with the walls. So I think this has to be like this. Okay. Which also means we're gonna at least do this. Like so. So we have like a little bit of a longer room here that expands a little bit. Now the question is, do we want to just make this like even longer? Like so. I think that's a good idea. You could like put the bed back here, for example. Like all the way back. Far away from the entrance. Ooh, that was close. I thought I would mash my brain into the edge there. That was kind of close. Yeah, something says that this is an idea. Yeah, we'll keep it this long. And then basically it opens up into, well, into this. And then here on the inside we'll have like a... yeah, we'll have the walls like so. Like so, yeah. And then I have the feeling I want to have the bathroom, like the personal bathroom. I want to have this right here. And to basically solve this without a door. One of my cats is making really loud noises. What are you doing? Hold on, I think I need to check real quick. Sometimes my cats get like caught in like weird situations. Hold on for a second. What? Happy now? Yeah, go play in the box. Genius. She was really just very excited to show me that she found a box she could jump into. Yeah, cats are strange sometimes. So, what I wanted to say, to solve the issue of having a bathroom without a door, what we could do is make it in a way that you have an open entrance here, and then the bathroom is around the corner, you know? So that there's no like direct visual line between the door and the bathroom utilities and the showers. So something like that. And then it opens up into this bigger room where there's going to be tables and consoles and stuff like that. You know, like personal entertainment systems and whatnot. I think that's a good idea. And, you know, because the oxygen comes from below, I really would like to avoid as many vents as possible. If that is possible at one, in some way. So more open rooms, bigger rooms, that's the goal here. Alright, So, and then I think we might, you know what? Let me just think. We might do it like this. Just to have a little bit more space available. And then we're gonna go straight ahead. Just like that. Now this opens up into the bigger room right here. And yeah, we're gonna... I like this little alcove here. There's gonna be something in there. I'm not quite sure what, but I like sometimes these little alcoves that you have in rooms. Maybe we could put some couches there, or like a big pile of LCD screens, like a TV, so to speak. Yeah, I think we can do something with that. I mean, the rest of the room, we'll figure it out as we go along, but yeah. So that is definitely a good idea. And then over here, we'll have to... Let's do the outer wall so we at least see how our constraints are. You know? Let me know what the maximum size is. We can always make it smaller artificially, but we have to know what the maximum size of our room is. So I think... Yeah, I think that's it, right? That makes sense. So I believe it was the best to do this. Oh god. More steel plates! We require more steel plates. And also build more pylons, please. And Vespine gas. Right. Let me just also tank some energy while we're already here. Because otherwise I will forget again. There we go. Come on. Yeah, I know, I should go to the medical room on the ship, but... It's kind of annoying now to get into the medical room because we have to go down the stairs, around the corner, through the ship, yada yada. It's really annoying, so we won't do that. And now I just realized this is actually stupid because this is going to be floor, but yeah, you know. Now, that leaves us with this room here that is relatively big. Yeah, I think that's fine. That is fine. So let's start doing floor plates, and we'll start right here because these are... Bye! Didn't think that through, didn't I? Well, there's no other way to do this anyway, so, you know. As long as I don't cause the whole ship to float away, I think I'm fine. There we go, much better. And now the wall. Okay, and now let's... Oh no, don't start with me with the wrong blocks here. Let's start putting in all the floor tiles. All of them. Just piling them into here. Yes. Then back here into the more private area. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense now. I can already visualize it, how it's gonna look at the end. More or less, at least. And I think we'll already start welding all of this. We'll go over to this section another time. We'll basically do this separate. We'll do this one first. So let's start the big welding. Block by block, as we need to. There we go. It's very therapeutic, this welding, I have to say. It's good in a time like this, you know. Especially right now, with all the panic about the coronavirus and stuff. It's actually... I think I talked about this last week, that I think you know, it's a bit over the top, the whole thing. And, I think I need to kind of not redact this statement, but formulate it a little bit differently. I think it's good that, like, governments, they do certain things. For example, in Switzerland, they have started to basically say events with more than 1,000 people are not allowed anymore, because that's just, dangerous to, the infection risk is just too high. And that to me makes sense. And that's what a government should do. They should, like, think ahead and make smart decisions. What pisses me off is things like people panic buying stuff. That is something I don't understand. I see that it's a good thing to have, like, certain things at home at all times, but you don't have to buy, like, an army's worth of rations for the next freaking 500 years because there's a virus going around. I think that's a little bit too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm gonna be proven wrong in a few weeks, and it's gonna be freaking pandemonium, and nobody's gonna go out the door. And if you don't have enough stuff at home, you're gonna starve to death. I cannot really see that happening, but I've been wrong before. But yeah, it's still spreading, that thing. I don't know. I just try to remember back to when the last epidemic thing was going around. The last one that I can remember was either swine flu or bird flu. I cannot really remember which one it was. I just remember I was at school when that was around. One of those. And I think school is basically the most risky place to actually get that thing. Because you're in contact with a lot of people all the time. There's documents being handed out that people touched. There's, like, supplies that you touch. There's food that everybody touches. And I remember back in the day when, when one of these flus was around, I know that morning at school, they set us down and they basically said, okay, guys, just a few rules. If you follow these, nothing will happen. Basically, just wash your hand, sneeze into your not armpit, that's wrong, into your elbow pit thingy, and do not, no unnecessary touching. That sounds weirdly sexual for some reason. But yeah, that was it. They didn't say anything else, no, oh my god, you're all gonna die. Nothing like that. It was just very chill, and nobody panicked, and I cannot remember if anybody even got that thing. But I don't think it's the same situation now. But maybe just back in the day, things were much more relaxed than they are today. Well, I guess the thing is, it's kind of like a dual, like a weird thing in Switzerland, because when the whole Corona thing started, when there was the first infected, basically people were like, oh my god, why is the government not doing anything? The government is being way too relaxed. They're not doing anything. This is terrible. That's what the people were saying. And then, like a week later, suddenly the government was like, oh yeah, you're right. Now we're going to do something. And then, you must know, in Switzerland there's like a tradition in a lot of different places. To a certain time of year, there's something like a carnival, I think is the best way to describe it. Where people dress up in like traditional costumes and other weird costumes, and it's a real tradition, and people, not me, but there's a lot of people who like that, who do that, like, to a fanatical degree. And then the government was like, okay, yeah, first and foremost, that carnival thing, not gonna happen. That's too much of a risk. And people freaked the fuck out. It was absolutely hilarious to see. The same people who were crying for the government to do something now suddenly were like, let's not overdo it. It's maybe not that dramatic. We can still do that thing, right? And it was just fun to see, But yeah, that's all. Of course, that's always how people will react. If something they like gets taken away, that's a big no-no for most people. All right, you know what? Now I have to just really activate my brain noggin right now, because do we want to make these rooms 2 blocks in height or 1 block in height? I'm just not sure right now. I have the feeling 1 block in height is more than enough for the living quarter thingy, you know? I think that is going to be enough. But before we start doing that, well, actually, right here we're going to do it, because otherwise we're going to forget that we need to put these there. But before we do that, we will start with the interior decoration. I just want to make the walls... Well, let's just place them down. We don't need to weld them necessarily, but let's place them down so we can see where the ceiling is going to be, so we get a good feeling. Obviously here we're going to have... Oh no, wait, this is obviously also only going to be 1 block high, the whole hallway, so this is fine. There we go. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's just weld a few things that we have, but not in a way that I don't remember to weld it. There we go. Now, let's start back here. I think this is the easiest one. Oh, well, first let's actually recharge energy, because my god, I'm almost drained again. So we need the bed. We might need a couch back there, might be good, and maybe an armory, like lockers right next to the bed. Something along those lines we'll put down. And I think all of those need interior plates, if I'm not mistaken. So let's clear our list here real quick. We'll need... Actually, we'll place all of these into here. Also, where is the bed? I think the bed is under the couch thingy. So this should cover all of our needs. And I think we need interior plates. Yeah, we need interior plates for all of them. So let's just load up and actually produce a few more of these interior plates. Are a bit low on those. Let's get a few more right in there. Alright, so let's go to here. There we go, the beds. You know, sometimes I think I'm gonna do a double bed, but it doesn't really look good. It's not like in Minecraft where it's just 2 beds next to each other, looks like a double bed. That doesn't work here. I have the feeling we're gonna do something like a bed here, and then we'll have a... let me think about this. A bed, and then a couch, and right on the other side of the bed we're gonna have an... yeah, like the captain's personal suit, and then some more lockers, and then basically to finish off this group here we're gonna have 2 plants, something along those lines. And then we go in here, and in here we're gonna have something that I often do with the toilet blocks is I'm using, let's see, which toilet block am I using? Not this one, the open one. Yeah, this one. Like so, and then next to it, the shower block, just like that. It makes like a cozy little unit, if that makes sense, you know, where you can go in like this. Yeah, that is kind of cool, you know, to have them a bit angled like that. And then you can still have like decorative plants in the shower if that is something people wish. So I think that's good. Now there's the hallway that goes right over here. I'm not sure I want to put too much stuff in the hallway. Maybe some decorative plants as well. But yeah, then we go right to this place. So what do we want to have in a captain's quarter right in the middle, basically? I think some console blocks might be cool to have. Like a central table or of some sort. Right when you come in. Or, yeah, the dimensions of the room are a bit weird, but... like something like that. And then have some desks all around it. Like a little meeting room of some sorts. That the captain can have some guests in his quarters and discuss important captainy matters. That makes sense. Something along those lines, right? And then over here, I think this is just gonna be like a couch corner. Something like that. And then, oh yeah, and then we're gonna put like a dispenser in the middle there, so you can get some refreshments. Something just exploded. What the heck was that? Sometimes I hear these noises and I have no idea where they're coming from. It's really like something big is banging into something else. I have no idea what it is. You know, somehow like if you have a big ship and somewhere in your big ship there's one loose block and then you try to fly around and that block starts to bang around in your ship. Kind of like that. So it does sound, but yeah. I might actually take the edge off this wall as well. Not quite sure yet. You know what? Let's just start welding. 45 minutes. Yeah, sure. Let's just start putting all the interior plates in wherever we need them. And then after we welded everything, we'll put some more plants in as needed. As needed. There we go. And we're already out of interior plates. Genius! That will take a while. That's just how it is. Let's go! Let's see if we can get everything done in this one. Good. Also good. Everything put in. Nice. Just trying to make sure that I don't forget one of these little, like the edges there, the end tables. Because it's gonna be annoying if I have to like get more plates afterwards. Let's get one more load. Almost crashed into it there. You know what? I think 200 is gonna be enough. Let's take some of these bad boys with us. There we go. I think we got the interior plate part. I think we got all of those. So now let's do the same thing with construction components, because that's something pretty much everything needs. More or less. We can carry a ton of those, so hopefully that will be enough for everything. We'll see. Again! Seriously, that sound is concerning. I have like a vision that at one point the whole ship is just gonna explode randomly. Because somewhere something dislodges and just absolutely rips a hole into the hull and murders us. Essentially. Beautiful. Can complete all of those. Do we have enough? Nope. More construction components. Let's get 200 more. That should be enough. And then let's also get... what should we get? I think we need some of those. We need some of those. We need some of those. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's just take all of that up here. And let's finish off that desk over here. Don't forget that. Oh, displays as well, yeah.
Low.
Motors and displays so far. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, see, we forgot something. We even forgot the interior plates for that one. That is like a special level of completely missed. Oh, okay. So let's see if we can remember all of that. We need... I made a little list, and we need a little bit of bulletproof glass, a little bit of that, a little bit of motors, a little bit of large tubes, a little bit of displays. Let's make 20 out of those. Yeah, I think that should be enough to at least get all of these things built up. There we go, that's the dispenser. That's the... Oh, okay, we need a whole bunch more displays. I definitely underestimated that. So let's get a few more. There we go. Whoop. That was my head. Ouch. Right.
Energy critical.
Critical. Yes, I know. Critical indeed. So that is done. That is done. And that. Cool. Okay. I have the feeling I have to make the ceiling now, because only after I've put the lighting in I will be able to really tell if it needs more decoration, or if you know, certain walls need trimming. That is something that is very hard to tell if the room is open like that. So we shall get some energy first before we do anything else, because otherwise it's gonna be end in me choking to death again. Or freezing to death, whatever you want to say. Come on. Fill it up. And go. Ooh, I almost backed my head there again. Right. Okay, so let's start back here. Let's do this like room by room. If that makes any sense. Right. I mean, that looks very, very finished, if that makes sense. What I could imagine is to replace the plants with, like, slopes. You know, like inward pointing slopes, like so. To make it in a way that there's, like, an entrance way that is only 1 block wide. But you still have quite an open room here. But that room will feel closed because of the slopes. Not sure about that, but it might be an option. Let's do the bathroom real quick. Personal executive bathroom and shower. Only the best for our captain. Let's do this one as well. Probably not gonna have enough, but yeah. I mean, yeah, that view is exactly how I wanted it. Oh, I know now what is missing. I know. Obviously. A kitchen. A personal little kitchen thingy. That's right. That's just something I completely forgot. Hold on. Let's get some... What do we need to build this? I think it's under the plants. Yeah, there it is. So we need... let's see. It was bulletproof glass, motors, large tubes. Yeah, 10 of each are okay. Then 30 of those and 20 of those. Rest is gonna be steel plates. There we go. Ooh, that was close again. Living on the edge. I have the feeling I want to replace either this one or this one. One of the locker blocks. But this one makes the room a little bit better, I feel. Although, hold on, I could just place it right here. There's nothing that speaks against that, right? No. Yeah, that actually works. That works pretty well. You know what? Right now, I'm gonna just experiment real quick. Oops. With having some spacers here, some blocks here. It's either gonna be something like that, or something along those lines. Yeah, that gives this a little bit more, like, closure. Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it as that. So there's like this little private quarter thingy where he can have his own food. He has a couch. He has lots of storage room for his own things. Yeah, that works. That works quite nicely. Now here, I mean, we might as well, just to make it feel a little bit more tight and yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, that works too. Although we could just remove this and make this block filled out, you know, so that it's like just a hallway leading to the toilet. No, you know what? Actually, different idea. I'm not sure why we need a couch in here, but although that looks, what I really do not like is this panel here, if that makes sense. You know, this one. It looks kind of unfinished almost. What happens if we do this? Yeah, that looks weird as well. Not happy with that. We need to figure this out. Does that look better? So we just go around the corner, have a little bit of plant life here. Or maybe the plant... Wow, that was a weird sound. Now it's like really... The sound is like elongating itself. It's really sounding creepy now. Let's see. I have the feeling we might need lockers here. That might look good. You know, where you keep your, like, the towels and stuff. Maybe that... Yeah, that might be a good idea. So we need a few displays and computers for that. So let me get those real quick. Let's see. Let's get rid of all of that. This... Oh, no. That is not a display. Neither is it a computer. It's a piece of glass. Which technically a display is probably as well. A piece of glass with a computer is a display. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. There we go. Yeah, that kind of works. The only bad thing now is we have to kind of put the light right here. On this one. On this wall. Because there's no other space to put it. But I feel I'm alright with that. That's gonna work. Now let me start putting blocks right here. That's probably gonna look alright. Yeah, that's alright. Now, let's start. I would like to have, like, windows here, but it's gonna feel weird to have windows in, like, random places, you know? Windows are cool, again, to me, if they're symmetrical, because they really affect the visuals of the ship. So we're not gonna have windows right here. Alright, I'm just gonna... I have the feeling I'm just gonna finish off the ceiling, and then I'm gonna be done for today. That was a good session, though. Finally got something done again, because the last two kind of felt like treading water, more or less. It was important what we did in the last few episodes, but still. It's good to finally get onto, you know, actually building things again, you know. Well, building things for a purpose, let's put it that way. Adding all of these welded up. Very nice. So that concludes the hallway, where you then will be able to go into your quarters or the bathroom. Nice. And this will lead into the open room, or whatever you want to call it. The entrance hall, the living room. I have no idea how you would call that on a spaceship. But, you know, that thing. Alright. Seriously, every time I fly by the ship, when I go back and forth, it is impressing me. Every time. You know, just how big it is. Yes, I have built stuff like that in creative mode before, but never in survival. So this is like the first time I'm actually really building a huge ship like that in survival. I'm pretty sure the one I had on my last save is smaller than that. Quite a lot smaller, actually. I cannot even tell from where that sound is coming. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, okay, let's get a last load of steel plates and a pinch more energy so we can finish it off. And then, yeah, I'm pretty much bang on an hour here. That's nice. That's very nice. Let's get that soaked up. That's fair enough for now. Yoink. Here we go. Okay, and the remaining steel plates I'm just gonna use on the walls here. Yes, perfect. Oh, hold on. Don't want to forget that. There we go. Okay, let's take a little tour, so to speak. So we come in here. We have the big kind of meeting room. I think it either needs plants or it needs this. You know, like these. I don't know how to call these. You know, slopes, but they don't make sense in that way because slopes are from from an upper level to a lower level. But yeah, these corners, and then maybe cut off this corner as well. And then put some LCD screens right here. And then I think this room is kind of completed. Alright, but that was good. That was good for today. Oh boy, I mean, we have still a lot to do, but you know, we're getting there piece by piece. Right. So, I will call it quit for today. Oh, I'm actually also kind of tired. Jesus. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you watch it live on stream, thank you so much. If you watch it later on YouTube, thank you to you as well. And I'll see you guys next time, next week, whenever we'll see each other again. Take care.